PlayStation 2021 PlayStation wrap up. So if we're looking at this right, this is an entire wrap up of just 2021 only on PlayStation 5, because at the start of 2021 I had a PS5. I'm pretty sure I had already been downing some games during the month prior to that, right? So the Christmas before, the December before. Looks good? Okay, good. So hopefully, what I'm really hoping for is that the statistics presented here are a 100% PlayStation 5. And that would actually be pretty nice for me. That would give me a good rough idea of like exactly how much time I'm putting on a PS5, right? That would be kind of useful information, or at least interesting, right? I'm curious. PlayStation wrap up. Last year, you played for 463 total hours. Is there, like, what do you guys think if I were to, do we have, like, the last stream cap and we can see, like, maybe we can compare and contrast? So this is from last time. This is from the recap from before. So we just want to find here. This year you were live for that much. 671. I know it's a real small number for you guys. So out of 671 hours, 463 hours of it was the PlayStation 5 alone. That is a huge number compared to what I was thinking. Breath of the Wild was popular? Oh, that's true. That did bring in a lot of people, didn't it? Pip on the old 55er? Zelda was actually pretty popular when I played it, but that was a long time ago, right? Was that last year? I can't remember. It's been so damn long. Did I play Breath of the Wild? Oh well. This is a really big number. 463 compared to 671. That is a large amount. If Spoinkin was here, he could actually do the math for us. But that really shows that, the PlayStation 5, 2021 was the year of PS5 because it was brand new, nobody could buy it, and everything that I wanted to do was PS5 related, right? And then in addition to that, like, 2021, if I had a choice between PC or the PS5, I always wanted the PS5 because the PS5 right now is better than my PC. And I can't just go out and buy a better PC. It won't let me do it. There's just no way. So it makes a lot of sense that I use the PS5 more, but it almost was like, this is a pretty heavy amount, right? 450. I mean, if we were to like kind of round it around, right? 450 compared to 650. I only spent like 250 hours on PC and 450 hours on PlayStation 5. That's way more than half, right? That's a really large margin. But it makes sense. I would have favored this shit. Take a look back, see what games world you spent the most time in, and what type of gamer you were. Oh god, this is going to be embarrassing, isn't it? Your hours break down. For 440 hours, 95% of your total playtime was on PlayStation 5 titles. So I'm assuming 5% of your total playtime was on PS4 titles. So this 23 hours, I wonder what game it was that was a PS4 title. I wonder what I played on the PS4. This might have been... No, that wouldn't have been it. I had a little bit of difficulty when I first got the PS5 because there is a... There was a... you had an option of choosing whether to play the PS5 or the PS4 version of a thing. And it was kind of complicated. You had to open up the menu with Start while you had the game highlighted and already downloaded, and then it would let you change over to a version. It was perplexing. It was not easy to decipher. I couldn't really figure it out. But because the PS5 was brand new and the PS4 was still plenty going, it was hard to switch between the two. Demon Souls? It wouldn't be Demon Souls. Demon Souls is an exclusive to the PS5 only. So that would have been... that would not have been the game. I don't think it would have been Spider-Man either, because I specifically bought the Spider-Man physical disc. So I had the real disc and downloaded the game that way. It might have been a little bit of Strive, because I wasn't allowed to use Strive for I wasn't allowed to use this on the PlayStation 5 of Strive. I had to use the PlayStation 5 DualSense in order to play the PlayStation 5 version of Strive. So that might be where it's at, but I don't remember playing it for more than like a little bit. Definitely not 23 hours. So kind of confusing on that front. Was tonight the monthly batching? I don't think so. Yeah. Sorry, still on the job, right? So yeah, I'm not quite sure. Maybe we'll further figure out what it is. I'm just not sure. But yeah, I mean, the most of this being on PS5, that's what I was hoping that this would be all PS5. But I mean, whatever. 5% of your total playtime is on PS4. It might be like maybe PS4 cross title or something. I just can't seem to imagine what it would have been. What's this? Global community stats. Death Stranding director's cut. 19B plus total likes given or shared? Is this mine? Oh shit. Hey, this might be an advertisement. Hey, give me a minute. I gotta take care of this. Where's my headset? Ugh. Oof. Sorry. We're experiencing technical difficulties, it looks like. Nothing too nasty right now, but yeah, enough for me to have to intervene a little bit and see what was going on. Hopefully quiet enough to kind of keep going and go through this. Yeah. So, I think this is an advertisement. I never even played Director's Cut. This is a global community stat. Who cares about this? Fucking Tula spoiled this game before it was even over. Motherfucker. 2026, you played 6 games? I only played 6 games? Are you kidding? Here's all new places you explored? What did I play? Your top game of 2021. Number 1 was Guilty Gear Strive at 117 hours. Now, this is probably including all of the training mode of when I would sit in training mode and stuff, because I necessarily wasn't always here for that. I wasn't always streaming when I was sitting in training mode. Case in point, this was our collection of games throughout the whole year. I had 3,218 hours of streaming, and out of that time, 6 games? Jeez. See, 2 of these games are PC only. Valhalla and Strive, I would have done PS5 for sure. So there's kind of an odd balance here. Only 6 games for a whole year seems pretty whack, if you ask me. What games do we got? Guilty Gear Strive, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Lost Judgment, Resident Evil, and Spider-Man. Game of the Year edition. This does not include Miles Morales. So this is interesting. This didn't include it, but this only says it's 20 hours. And apparently I was playing the PS4 version. Even though if I scroll over the tab here, you guys can't see it, but it says PS5. That little blip is popping up. It says PS5. That's funny. Interesting. 20 hours of Spider-Man, 22. This might be when I went back and like swung around, right? I was swinging around and having a good time with that. I don't think this includes Miles Morales. Resident Evil Village, 22 hours. Man, I hated that game. 40 hours of Lost Judgment. This was a long one, man. That was a Yakuza deal. And then 103 hours of Assassin's Creed. That is fucked up. Again, this includes like sitting at the menu and like leaving or something like that. I would do that sometimes. We only had like an 80-hour save file. So, where's 23 hours, right? Where are the other 23 hours at? Kind of weird. 117 hours, there's no way I put that much into Guilty Gear Strive. There's no way. Do I have like a breakdown of how much time? No, not really. It doesn't say how long I was streaming those games for, it looks like. Yeah, weird. some kind of suspicious numbers a little bit, but whatever. I mean, that's what it says. That's what it is. So, I mean, we could talk a little bit about this. 6 different games in for an entire year. Now, that doesn't strike me as very good, does it? 6 games for a whole year on a PlayStation 5. This, granted, it's the first year of it, but I am playing everything. So anything that I could play on a PlayStation, I was using the PS5 for. Yeah, this is must have. I'm the thing is I don't really recall seeing this for previous years. So I'm curious if maybe 6 years or 6 games for this year. I'm not sure if this is a lot or a little. To me, it seems like a little. It seems like really, really little, right? 6 games. That's one new game every 2 months. That doesn't seem like much at all. That seems extremely small. I don't know. Considering that the PlayStation 5 was, 440, for like roughly 450 hours of my 650 hour stream time or play time, fucking 6 games for only 450 hours worth? Like, that's pretty whack. I mean, it's 100 hours of Strive, 103 of Valhalla. Obviously, these are the 2 big ones. Lost Judgment was 40. Yeah, that's a strange deal. Returnal. I played Returnal. I didn't like this one. 12 plus million played. Yeah, I did not like this game very much at all. It just wasn't my favorite. Hollow Seeker? Weird. This is a global thing, so it's not for us. You've added to your collection 336 new trophies. I don't think that's all that impressive. I don't think. What did I get? I platinum nothing. I got 7 gold, 29 silver, and 300 bronze. Ratchet and Clank. So this is one I thought would show up on this list, but this is again a global stat. Drift Between. What does this say? Met Kit? Found all weird. Defeated by Dr. Nefarious and Megalopolis? Strange. PlayStation Plus. In 2021, there were 37 monthly PS Plus games. I don't recall any of them being good. Yeah, right. Fucking Strider face in this whole review. Like, what kind of fucking statistic is this? This isn't helpful at all. That's it? This year you added 39 monthly PS Plus games. And there was 37. How did I get more games than there were offered? Hey, is there something weird about this? I got 105% monthly PS Plus games claimed. How did I get more games than they offered through the system? Is anybody else a little confused about that? I'm not a mathematician, but I mean, something tells me to be able to go above 100%, you've got to be fiddling with the numbers a little bit here. There's something awfully sus about this statistic. I'm just saying, this whole thing is kind of, not the greatest. I feel a little skeptical of the whole thing, just a little odd. 39? Granted, I'm collecting all the free games. That's cool. How many of those free games did I play? Virtually none of them. I was going to play this one, Soulstorm. I was going to play that, but I fucking gave up. It was really boring. Didn't play Destructions, that's for sure. Well, that's fucking trash. Oh yeah, what a year. What a big year. Jesus Christ. This did not help me very much. Although I will say, this is pretty curious. Only 6 games? I'm not 100% about this. I'm not 100%. I'm going to question that number. However, I do believe 463. I believe this number. 450 out of the 671 hours of streaming. I would believe it. 671, 450. So 450 out of 650 is PlayStation 5. That makes a lot of sense. That's a curious question I would have had. And yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, I really put a lot of effort in the PS5. Like, 2021 was going to be like the big review of PS5. It's a brand new console. Everyone's excited about it. It utilizes my brand new 4K television, which I've never had before in my life. Yeah, I slammed into it pretty hard. So it makes a lot of sense. And, like, I don't really know what to say about it because, like, I mean, out of those 6 games, fucking, I have to give props. Spider-Man was really, really good. I really liked playing it, but it was a PlayStation 4 game that they improved on the PS5. Miles Morales was equally great. It's just, it was not really a PS5 title, right? You can play it on the PS4. This was, however, really, really cool, and seeing it in 4K, and I didn't have HDR on. I can't do HDR and stream with OBS. It won't let me do it. But I did play a little bit offline to see what HDR looked like, and it really didn't look all that different. A little better, but not all that different. So, yeah, this is an odd title, but if we were to even include that, Resident Evil, trash. Lost Judgment, really wasn't anything. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, a waste of 103 hours. Let me tell you, this was simply a game in which to stream, and that's it. That was the only thing I was thinking of. I just wanted to stream. That's it. And this was the excuse. Yeah, I love Assassin's Creed. I haven't really fallen in love with any of the recent Assassin's Creeds. Even Odyssey, which was considered good, really wasn't my forte. It was not really my bag. And then Strive. This is the only game I actually really liked. I really liked playing Strive. I think people still play Strive. It's not as popular as a lot of other fighting games. Well, I should probably reword that. This game doesn't have a lot of players on Steam. Steam says that there's not a whole lot. It is third place behind still Street Fighter V and definitely Tekken 7. So Guilty Gear Strive being not that popular is kind of a bummer because I really like it. I think it's a pretty cool Guilty Gear. Granted, it isn't proper Guilty Gear. It is a straight up Street Fighter Guilty Gear, and that's exactly how it plays. But it's kind of fun. It's like if somebody were like, what if we took Guilty Gear but tried to make it more like Street Fighter? You got Strive. And it's actually kind of fun. It's a downplayed anime game, right? It's not too bad. It's really not too bad at all. For being a PlayStation 5 game, I mean, it's not even a PlayStation 5 exclusive, right? You can get it on anything. You can get it on PlayStation 4, and you can get it on PC. So it's kind of weird to say, but I would say, like, right now, my PlayStation 5, this is probably the most fun I had with it. This or Marvel's Spider-Man, these two. And granted that this is a PlayStation 4, originally released as PS4, and yeah, I kind of lean towards Strive being the game for having a PS5. And again, you could have had this on PC. You could have this on PC. You could have Valhalla on PC. Lost Judgment, like, I wouldn't even, this is nothing, you know? Resident Evil, nothing. It's just nothing here. Nothing, there's no Demon Souls listed here. Like, yeah, it really wasn't a strong year for PS5. But in its defense, it is literally the first year of a console, and the first year of consoles are always trash. There's never anything good. In addition to that, we're dealing with COVID and have been for a few years. Releasing in the middle of COVID is going to do this kind of shit. It's going to make shit look fucked up. So, this is not a great showing in terms of the PlayStation 5. But at the same time, I don't think the PS4 had a great showing the first year either. When I first played the PS4, I was always using the free-to-play games, and I was using those as stream fodder. I was playing, I can remember pretty well when I started. I had Knack, I had Killzone Shadowfall, I had Shadows of Mordor, and then I had like a huge chunk of free-to-play games. Aliens Isolation was a normal game. So I had like 4 games to kind of play when I was first getting into streaming and on the PS4. And then I had like a slew of these little games that were free to play on the PlayStation Store. And out of all those, the only one I really remember liking was SteamWorld Dig. It was like second or third month of the system being out, right? And that was it. That's the one that's really the only one I really remember enjoying. The rest I would play that shit, and it was just like, you know, whatever. The rest were very whatever. They really weren't interested. But like the first year of having the PS4, I feel like the PS4 didn't really like get better or worse after that first year. Didn't you do Knock on the PS5 in the start? Yeah, I actually played Knock 2 on PlayStation 4 before we went to the PlayStation 5. So I played Knock at the start of the PlayStation 4 and when I started streaming, this would be 8 years ago. And then when we concluded PlayStation 4 and moved on to my PS5, the last game I played was Knack 2. Yeah, Knack 2. Yeah, that was the last game I played. Yeah, Knack 2 was like, the last game I played on the PS4. So I think maybe there was like one or two things I played really quickly, that I had replayed at that point. But yeah, I started and ended with Knack 2 on PS4. I did that on purpose because to me, the Knack series really like encapsulated how I felt about the generation. It was really just nothing. PlayStation 4 was really boring to me. It just had, there was Bloodborne, and then there was all the Souls things that came out and stuff. Like, yeah, okay, that was cool, but not really that great. Like, compared to 8 years worth of having a console for an entire generation of the console, just stereotypical games, right? Bloodborne was cool. I can't really recall anymore. I did a whole review on the PS4, so, we don't need to waste time, like, trying to remember everything I did. But I remember feeling pretty, like, whatever. When Knack 1 came out, it was miserable, not even the game. And then when I finished the PS4 with Knack 2, it was actually kind of fun. Knack 2 was actually a good game. It was a reasonably good adventure platformer game. And that's how I felt about the PS4. It just got a couple of good things, and it was all right at the end. It was okay. I certainly would not say the PlayStation 4 dominated, but I certainly, as well, would not say anything dominated in the last generation. For 8 years, it was pretty much, 7, 8 years, it was pretty much just really lukewarm on the console front. I felt like PC did much better in that generation. PC had like some really impressive graphical bumps with graphic cards and things like that. There was some really major breakthroughs in how it was processing things. Ray tracing was being introduced and stuff. There was a lot of stuff. The only real downside that I remember about PC was the line of 2020 line, the 2000 lines of graphic cards. Those didn't do well. Those didn't do so well. But yeah, obviously the 3080s and stuff would have been doing great if pandemic didn't kick everything in the balls. Might be a couple of those 23 hours. Might be a couple of those. Oh, a couple of those 23 hours. Oh, you mean the Knack 2? Well, I don't think so. Because I stopped remember, I got the PlayStation 5 in December of 2020. So I would have hooked that shit up really, really fast. So from December of 2020, halfway through into 2021, the start of 2021, I should have been balls deep in Demon Souls and Spider-Man. And I think that's why Demon Souls doesn't even show up on this list, because Spider-Man beat it out. But if Spider-Man was not here, I'm pretty sure Demon Souls would be right here. So if there was one more game in this list, it would be Demon Souls. I think that's probably what it would be. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly why the PS4 has as much time as it does. Where'd it go? Way up top? Yeah, I'm not sure why this is here. 5% of your total playtime. I don't know. Bugstacks? Maybe Bugsnax? Bugstacks not even here. I think Bugsnax was a PS5 exclusive for a while, actually. I think they paid to have that. Yeah. This actually says hours played online, so maybe I was playing a fighting game. That could be possible. I just don't know what I would have done. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. This is 5%. This is 5% out of my local. So I locally played 95% of the time, and then I played about 5% online. Not PS4 versus PS5. I think this 23 is probably just the Spider-Man that I was playing. It's counting it as a PS4, even though this was a upgraded PS5 version. Well, whatever. I mean, like I said, PlayStation 4, there's just nothing good going on. PlayStation 5 is definitely much better. The only thing I don't like is this controller sucks. I'm not a fan of this controller. They ruined the D-pad, and the ergonomics of it feel way too fat in my hand. I don't like it. This controller felt really good. It's a little on the small side, but I'm totally fine with that. I adjust, and it's cool. And the triggers on the bottom are like really sharp at the bottom, and sometimes they dig into the knuckles on your finger, right? And that sucks. But other than that, this is a great controller. I still prefer using this for my fighting games, especially. And it's my chosen PC controller. I just bought this new one a few months ago. This controller, the DualSense, is, I don't know. It's a step backwards to me, but I think they wanted to kind of capture a bit more Xbox feel with it, because everyone's always complained that these controllers are small. The DualShocks are small. And so everybody feels like they have whopper hands when they use it. I don't really feel that way. And in this controller, it doesn't feel big, but it does feel fat, like width-wise, like down, depth, more like depth, I guess, not width, but depth. It's just needlessly, it's needlessly fat. It could be much better. But I mean, this is just what they did, right? I don't know, it's a weird color too. It's a weird design. The whole PS5 is such a bizarre thing going for it. I like that they tried to do something different, I'll admit, but it's also just this different thing looks kind of stupid. Yeah. All right. Well, that's cool. Nice find there, Danny Loa. You fucking were confusing me like completely. You're just like, you did the recap already? Yeah, I did the recap already. What are you fucking talking about? Fucking